This conference will now be recorded.
So if you can recollect, in the beginning, we saw this cycle, how the cell cycle division takes place. Okay, and we have seen two drugs now. One is azathioprine and the other is cytosine analog cytarbine, and the cytosine analog cytarbine interferes with the S phase. Okay, so it means it does not allow the DNA to be copied. So what exactly happens in this phase is you have a double helical structure of the DNA. Okay, this is your double helical structure of the DNA. You see there are two strands. This is one strand and this is one strand. Now when there has to be multiplication or cell division happening, these two strands have to separate from each other. So they will they are now lying in interlocked with each other. Instead of that, they will separate with each other and they will form two straight lines. And when they form two straight lines, the this one strand will give rise to its duplicate strand. Okay, and the other strand will give rise to its another duplicate strand, and each of those two will now form a double helical structure which will go with the daughter cells. Okay, so this is DNA copying, and this DNA copying will not be allowed by the cytosine analog, which is cytarbine. Okay, so this is about cytarbine. Now in folic acid analogs, we have done last time methotrexate. Take down one more example, floxuridine. The structure is there on your screen. Floxuridine. So in fact, it is more of a pyrimidine analog actually. Instead of a folic acid analog, it is a pyrimidine analog. You will see the structure of floxuridine is very much in similar structure to 5-fluorouracil. Have you taken down the structure? Okay. Now, before we move to floxuridine, just add one more line in cytarbine. Just add one more line in cytarbine. Cytarbine also interferes with the enzymes DNA polymerases, and the nucleotide reductase enzyme Now from the names it is clear it is responsible for formation of nucleotides and the formation of RNA. Okay, both these enzymes, RNA polymerase for RNA formation, nucleotide reductase enzyme for nucleotides. So it not only interferes with the S phase with DNA synthesis, it also interferes with the functioning or formation of RNA and the formation of nucleotides. Okay. So we are done with cytarabine. We'll move on to floxuridine. It is a pyrimidine analog which stops the growth of newly born cells. It is a pyrimidine analog which stops the growth of newly born cells. It stops the DNA from forming. It stops the DNA from forming in the new and rapidly developing cells. It stops DNA from forming in the new and rapidly developing cells. Next slide. In vivo, it is rapidly catabolized to 5-fluorouracil. In vivo, it is rapidly catabolized to 5-fluorouracil, which is its active form of the drug. Which is the active form of the drug. Next slide. It also inhibits uracil utilization. It also inhibits uracil utilization as it is a uracil riboside phosphorylase inhibitor, as it is a uracil riboside phosphorylase inhibitor. I'll repeat again. It inhibits uracil utilization as it is a uracil riboside phosphorylase inhibitor. Last slide. It also inhibits DNA and RNA synthesis and formation. It also inhibits DNA and RNA synthesis and formation. Okay, so we have approximately covered all the drugs that were there in your syllabus. If anything is left, they are just structural analogs with different names. Add them and just add whatever specialization that they have in the structure. For example, you will have to do thioguanine on your own. Okay, and you note down what is the difference or what is the speciality of thioguanine in its mechanism of action or in its structure. Note down what is the speciality. Okay, we now move on to the next class of platinum analogs. Okay, you know platinum is a metal, and this platinum metal is very expensive, and it is known to cause what is called as chelation of the DNA domain or DNA structure. Okay, if you remember, in inorganic chemistry or in analysis, you must have studied about chelating agents when you are doing the titration of complexometric titrations. So there you are using chelating agents, or they are usually metals. So these metals and the chelating agents, they combine with each other, they bind with each other, and they form a chelate. Okay, and this chelate is the one which is formed when this platinum will react with your DNA structure. There will be a chelate formation, means whatever DNA structure is there, it will be distorted, it will be destroyed, it will not have the double helical structure, those nucleotides, purines, pyrimides, nothing will be present. The unwinding will happen. It will not be in a double helical structure. Entire structure of the DNA will be destroyed when you are having a platinum being used, or a metal being used for the treatment of cancer, or for the treatment of neoplasm or a tumor. Okay, so this exactly property of the metal, that it chelates whatever biomolecule it binds to, it causes chelation. This property is used, and the drug cisplatin was designed. Okay, so if you see the structure of cisplatin, you will see there is platinum metal in the center, then there is chlorine group attached and the amino group attached to that platinum molecule. Okay, so this is cisplatin. So you take down this structure, the platinum complex structure, where you are saying there is XX on one side and AA on one side. You can take this down. Yes, SAR. First point in SAR. Strongly binding groups. Strongly binding groups such as thiocyanate. Strongly binding groups such as thiocyanate give inactive compounds. Give inactive compounds. I strongly binding groups such as thiocyanate give inactive compounds. Next point, very labile groups. Very labile groups such as H2O, or NO3 minus. or NO3 minus will give toxic compounds, with little or no anti-tumor activity, Next point. X is a leaving group. X is a leaving group like chlorine, fluorine, iodine. Next line. A, that is capital A. A is an amino group or an active group is an amino group or active group which should have at least one hydrogen atom, along with an N2 atom, that is nitrogen, along with an N2 atom or a nitrogen atom which should not be too large, Last point. The net charge on the complex, should be 0. So that the drug can easily cross the cell membrane. A charged complex in the same point, a charged complex will be unable to cross the cell membrane. Now take down the structure of cisplatin. Cisplatin damages the DNA comma, its action is similar to alkylating agents. Its action is similar to alkylating agents. Next line. It is bioactivated into a strong electrophile. It is bioactivated into a strong electrophile full stop. Cisplatin is mainly attracted to the guanine bases. Cisplatin is mainly attracted to the guanine bases where it binds through coordination and causes distortion of the DNA structure comma, unwinding of the DNA double helical structure, unwinding of the DNA double helical structure ultimately hampering cell replication. Okay, so what we saw till now, they are all synthetic drugs. We used a metal complex just now to get an anti-cancer agent. We will now move on to what are called as mitotic apparatus inhibitors. Okay, and these mitotic apparatus inhibitors are obtained from the Vinca alkaloids. If you recollect from pharmacognosy, you must have studied the Vinca alkaloids, which are obtained from the periwinkle plant. And these Vinca alkaloids give you the vincristine and vinblastine alkaloids. This vincristine and vinblastine has a mitotic apparatus inhibiting activity. Okay, we will go back to that cell cycle diagram. You see over here in this cell cycle diagram that there is a phase which is called as the mitotic phase, M phase. Okay, and this phase is further divided into 6 different phases where there is prophase, metaphase, pro-metaphase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. Okay, what exactly happens in this process is the spindle formation occurs. You have a set of chromosomes in the cell, and now that set of chromosomes, that is 64, have to now be passed on to the two daughter cells. So they have to duplicate, and after duplication they have to separate. So this is exactly what is happening in the mitotic phase or the M phase. Now this is a long process. It requires a lot of steps, but it is the most important process. If there is a miss, or if the cell gives a miss to this mitotic phase, then the chromosomes, that means information from one cell to another or information from one generation to another will not be passed on. Now, when you are having meiosis, where there is a gametocyte formation or there is a zygote formation because of the fusion of an egg and a sperm, in the process of meiosis also in between there will be mitosis which will be happening, because the chromosomes which have been combined from the father and the mother have to now been passed on to the progeny. Okay, so for that purpose, again in meiosis also there will be the process of mitosis happening. So this mitotic phase or this mitosis is a very important phase, and just remember, it is the actual phase where information is passed on to the progeny. That the progeny should have black hair, curly hair, it should have blue eyes. Okay, all that information is passed on in the mitotic phase, whether it is happening in the mitosis or it is happening in the meiosis replication. Whatever it may be, it is information passing, and it has to happen. The cell cannot afford to give a miss to this mitotic phase. Now, here there is spindle formation occurring. If you recollect your 8th standard, 9th standard biology, you will recollect that you used to draw the spindle formation diagram. Through that spindle formation, you used to show that the information has been passed on to the daughter progeny cells. Now, these mitotic acid inhibitors, they will not allow this process of the chromosome spindle formation to occur. They will not allow this microtubule assembly to come together and the spindle formation to occur, and the information to pass on from one generation or from one cell to its daughter cell by binding of the drug, which is a mitotic apparatus inhibitor. It will bind to the mitotic apparatus and not allow mitosis to happen, thereby causing cell death. Okay, so this is the speciality of mitotic apparatus inhibitors. These are some of the examples of the mitotic acid inhibitors. They are called as vinca alkaloids. Vincristine and vinblastine are the most commonly used vinca alkaloids for the treatment of neoplasm or for the treatment of cancer, which is obtained from the periwinkle plant. Okay, so take down mitotic apparatus inhibitors. Mitotic acid inhibitors. Example, vincristine and vinblastine. These are drugs which are obtained from a plant source. These are drugs which are obtained from a plant source. The periwinkle plant. The periwinkle plant. Its botanical name is Catharanthus roseus. Catharanthus roseus or Vinca rosea, obtained from the periwinkle plant. Next line. Synthetic drugs have various undesirable side effects. Have various undesirable side effects. Comparatively, the plant-derived drugs have fewer or no side effects. Have fewer or no side effects. Next line, antimitotic agents like vincristine and vinblastine interfere or prevent cellular mitosis. Interfere or prevent cellular mitosis by inhibiting mitotic spindle formation. By inhibiting mitotic spindle formation. Next line. The protubulin, TUBULIN. The protein tubulin is responsible for spindle formation. The protein tubulin is responsible for spindle formation. The antimitotic agents cause depolymerization of the tubulin. The antimitotic agents cause depolymerization of the tubulin. And prevent spindle formation and thereby causing death of the cells. Thereby causing death of the cells. Okay, you can take a screenshot, I think, of vincristine, vinblastine structures. They are very big. You will spend a lot of time in drawing the structure in your notebooks. So take a screenshot. You all can draw the structure later in your textbook, in your notebook. Are you done? Okay, we move on to the next class, and that is the antibiotics which are used in the treatment of cancer. They are anthracyclines. They are called as anthracyclines. The main reason they are called as anthracyclines is obviously the fused benzene structure. Okay, if you have 3 rings, they are called as naphthalene. When you have 4 benzene rings fused with each other, they are called as anthracycline. So you will see that all these drugs belonging to this class of anthracyclines, that is doxorubicin, daunorubicin, all of them, they have this anthracycline structure of fused 4 rings. Okay, and these anthracyclines, because of the anthracene nucleus, they are able to cause the breaking of the DNA strand. They cause the intercalation of the DNA strand, same like what alkylating agents do. They, or what even cisplatin does. They cause the intercalation of the DNA strand or breaking of the DNA strand, and because of this, they are having anti-cancer activity. Okay, so take down anthracyclines. Anthracyclines. The anthracycline antibiotics have a planar oxidized, have a planar oxidized anthracene nucleus. This is the anthracene nucleus which I am pointing it out at. Have the anthracene nucleus fused to a cyclohexane ring, which is connected by a glycosidic linkage, to an amino sugar. The anthracyclines act by inhibiting topoisomerase 2 enzyme, comma, intercalating the DNA, and breaking the DNA strand. Okay. Quickly take down the structure of doxorubicin. Take down the structure of doxorubicin 2 times. Draw the same structure 2 times. When you are drawing it the second time, pay attention. You can see this OH over here. Instead of this OH over here, you only put H. So instead of hydroxyl group, you only put H and you will get daunorubicin. Okay, that is the only structural difference between doxorubicin and daunorubicin. So take down this same structure, you take it down 2 times. Here in daunorubicin, you put H instead of OH. Okay. Once you are done, let me know. Okay. One more example that your syllabus says you have is this example, that is bleomycin. That is also a antibiotic. Okay, and it is not exactly structurally similar to your anthracycline antibiotics, but sort of it has a distorted structure of anthracycline antibiotics, that is bleomycin. And if you see this bleomycin, it has 4 places that I have marked it in the structure: the biothiazole ring system, the amino acids, the pyrimidine, and the sugars. Okay, these are the 4 places where I have marked the bleomycin structure, and these 4 places or these 4 points is they are very important for the active intercalation or DNA degradation that the bleomycin antibiotic is going to do. Okay, so again you take a screenshot of this. Otherwise you will waste a lot of time in drawing the structure. Okay, and when you are drawing the structure, actually that time also you have to mention these 4 points which I have shown in the structure. Okay, the pyrimidine, the biothiazole, the amino acids, and sugars. So assuming you have taken the screenshot, take down. The bleomycin drug contains 4 functional domains. The left part is the metal chelating domain. The left part is the metal chelating domain. This one. The left part is the metal chelating domain. where oxidative reaction with DNA occurs. Where oxidative reaction with DNA occurs. Next, the bithiazole region which binds to the DNA. The bithiazole region which binds to the DNA the linker region, that is the amino acid region, the linker region which causes cleavage of the DNA structure, which causes DNA cleavage or the cleavage of the DNA structure. And the last is the carbohydrate moiety, that is the sugar moiety. Which helps in metal ion coordination, which helps in metal ion coordination. Bleomycin, mechanism of action, bleomycin interacts with ferric ion and oxygen, interacts with ferric ion and oxygen or cupric ions and it damages the deoxyribose in the DNA strand, and it damages the deoxyribose in the DNA strand, arresting the cell at G2 phase, arresting the cells at G2 phase. Okay, now what we have written for those points, those four points of the structure of bleomycin, it is as good as the SAR. What it is, what should be there? That is the pyrimidine should be there, and what is the role of that pyrimidine? The bithiazole, where it should be and what it is doing. So it is as good as the SAR of bleomycin. Okay. What else is left in your syllabus? We have covered most of the drugs in your syllabus. Maybe one or two drugs in the same class have been missed out. Like for example, miscellaneous. You have cisplatin and mitotane. You can do mitotane on your own. I have given you cisplatin. Okay. Then, okay, let's see if we can do etoxide. I don't know whether we have it over here. Okay. Okay. Then we have done bleomycin, dactynomycin, and daunorubicin. We have done that. We have done all the antimetabolites. We have done alkylating agents. Okay, so we are done with your anti-neoplastic agents. So your entire first unit has been completed, which involves antihistaminic agents as well as anti-neoplastic agents. We are done with unit 1. We'll start with the next topic. Probably on Monday, I'll take a class. I'll let you know by tomorrow, by today evening or tomorrow morning. I can tell you. I'll send you the link for the next class. Okay. Shall we end the class? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.